Hi everyone, my name is Ariel. I'm the owner of Enleira. We are a custom charm jewelry business and we create bracelets, necklaces, purse chains, and keychains. This is my first video on YouTube, so welcome to my channel. I want to give you guys an inside sneak peek into my studio. So today we're going to do a tour of my studio. Come along with me. So welcome to my studio. I'm going to give you guys a tour of where I spend pretty much every single day and where I create my jewelry. We'll start at this corner over here and we'll work our way around, and I'm going to show you guys all the little spaces and all the things that I do and all the things that I use to create my jewelry. Okay, so starting at this space here, this is more of like a personal collection of jewelry here. It's stuff that was handed down to me by my mom or things that I've collected because I really do love vintage jewelry, and you'll kind of see that come to life with a lot of the vintage charms and pieces that we use in our jewelry that we have available in our shop. And then on our wall here, I have wall art, some stuff that I have collected. So just really quickly, this here is from a thrift store. I love that. This here is from Home Goods. That's a picture of Marilyn Monroe. My mom gave that to me. And then this is really cool. This is actually something that my husband's aunt made for us, or aunt's friend, sorry, made for us when we got married. So that's a piece of really, really cool artwork. And then this here is very old. This is actually from when I was in high school. It's part of a project that I did for one of my art classes, and my mom and I created this collage because I've always loved fashion ever since I was younger. So you can kind of tell that it's been through the ringer. It's been dropped. It actually fell off the wall and that happened there. And then that is from moving one of the times that we've moved. So it does need to be fixed up a little bit, but it holds a special place to me. So I wanted it on my wall. That's another one there. I believe that's also from Home Goods. The two smaller pieces there, that is from my mother-in-law. Both of them are. And then that is a picture from dance school of me, my brother, and my sister of when we were younger. So I just love this wall. I love looking at it every single day. I do need to fill it up with some more pieces. But let's move on to the drawers here. So inside of these drawers, mostly every single drawer will have jewelry boxes. So when you open it up inside of here, you can see our custom Enleira jewelry boxes. These are the smaller size ones. We do have larger jewelry boxes, which shipping boxes, which I will show you those after. But we actually only have one size jewelry box. I messed up on that part. But we have two sizes when it comes to the shipping boxes. In this drawer here at the top is just going to be kind of some tripods and supplies that I use when I shoot photos and content. And then in all of these drawers here are going to be chains. So these are chains that we use to create every piece that we have in our shop, whether it's a necklace, bracelet, purse chain, or keychain. Now they're in here because they're not cut yet. So they're kind of like pieces of the rolls. So mostly I order them in rolls, or I'll get them in smaller sizes if I want samples, because I do like to test them out first before I buy a whole entire roll of a piece of a chain. So you'll see a lot of them here inside of bags. These are just ones that I'm kind of testing out as samples before I bring them to the shop, and they are smaller sizes before I like to go ahead and place the larger order. So all of the materials that we have, they are 18 karat gold plated stainless steel, and brass. So you'll see all of the chains inside of here. And then inside of these drawers, we do have keychains, the parts to make the keychains, and also the parts to make the purse chains. So those components will go in there. We also have some bracelets in here as well. These are our Aphrodite bracelets, so those ones will be in there, what we do have left of them. And then moving over to this wall here, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So there's where most of our supplies do lay. I'm going to be going through all of this stuff with you guys. So at the top, there's not really too much. There's just some paper in there. There's a stuffed animal that looks like my dog, Roni. Call him Roni. His name is Lucky. Just some trays that we use for pictures. There is some pliers here. These are also some more items that we might use when it comes to taking photos. Picture of me and my husband. And then there is going to be tons and tons of containers of charms. So one thing about our website is that we have a custom charm builder. So with the custom charm builder, people can come on and they can choose their charms. They can choose their chains, whether they want to do a necklace, whether they want to do a purse chain, whether they want to do a keychain or a bracelet. And it's actually a drag and drop feature. So I will give you guys a little look into that, but it is very cool. So you can choose all of your charms. You can drag and drop them onto the chain. You can see exactly what it's going to look like before you order it. And you can spend as much time as you want designing your piece. You know, you don't have to feel rushed. Literally, you could take as much time as you would like. So all of these charms are going to be super organized. I have them all in these trays like this. Like those are flowers and butterflies, for example, inside of this tray. And then when you come over here, we have some food charms. And then in this one here, we're gonna have like some bows, some fashion charms. So they're all very, very organized. They're easy for me to find. And I have all of the charm trays coming down here like that. I even have some more at the bottom because I ran out of those trays at the top. So I needed to start using some different kinds of containers. So coming over to the middle section, at the top here, those are just some supplies there that I haven't really organized yet. So we'll skip that. We have a scale for weighing. We have these rolls here. These are really cool because these can be used to turn into like drops, kind of like drop chains, if you want to use them as a second layer for another necklace, or if you want to add them in between charms. I have them there also with the black beads and with the pearls. And then here, this is super organized. We have cameos. I love cameos. So I have them in all different focus. That one is a little baby one. But I have them in all different colors, all different sizes. So I like making my charms as well. I don't buy every single thing wholesale or vintage. I like to make my own charms. So coming over here, we have some of the tops here. These are going to be for the cabochons. They're like the glass for the top. I'll show you more of those after. These are the end caps. Those will be for the rhinestone chains. Then we have all different sizes of jump rings. And then moving over here, we have lobster clasps. So I have lots and lots of different sizes of lobster clasps. Now I have like really big ones like this, which a lot of people actually prefer these for everything that they do. Whether it's a necklace or a bracelet, they like the big ones because they're easier to use. I mean, I don't have any nails, so it's hard for me to open chains. But people just like them, especially if you have long nails too. It's harder to open the smaller ones. Then we have some vintage cameos. I love these ones, the pink ones here. So these are pretty cool. And the cool thing about the cameos is that you can actually choose your setting for them. So we have some findings here like this too. These can be used for necklaces. Let's see what else we have in these containers. We have carabiners with crystals. We have carabiners without crystals. We have heart clasps. We have all different fun things that can be used when it comes to building jewelry. And then in these containers here, these will be good for the cabochons. Now I have a lot of them. These ones I don't really use as much because they're a bit older style. I don't really sell that stuff anymore, but I still keep them in the drawers here. We have some with crystals on them. People really like these ones, especially the smaller ones when it comes to charm bracelets. These are cool. I'll show you what those are, what they're used for anyway. Then we have, see, some more vintage ones here. I don't really sell these as much as I used to, but they're still in the drawers. And then here are some other cameos. So let's move our little elephant over here. Actually, move him to the top. I don't want him to fall over. Okay. Then here's some of our packaging. So I will go through our packaging with you after, but we have our care cards. I just like to keep a small little bit of them in here. I do have larger supplies of them, but they're just easier to grab when I'm going to package the orders. Then coming here, these are actually some of my favorite charms. You can tell by how many of them I keep in stock. Oh my gosh, I love these heart crystals. Literally, like, I would make an entire necklace of just the clear and the pink crystals. These are more coral colored. Now these are fun because these are just totally random charms. It's like, I don't know how to explain what this is. Maybe like charm soup. Then in these drawers, oh my gosh, guys, we have to go through these trays. I'll go through these last with you. Then we come over to the end here. So this here is going to be some paper. I'll show you what that paper is used for. Then we have chains. So all of these chains are the same ones that I showed you in the drawers. But the thing about these chains is that they are already cut to size. So I will have them in 16, 18, 20, and 22 inches. So all of the chains that we use, I know I mentioned it already, but they are 18 karat gold-plated stainless steel, and brass. And they're going to be the same material for the charms. Then here, I'm experimenting with the beads. So we'll see how this goes. But I don't really have that many of them. So this is the inventory that we have here for the new release we're going to be doing. Then coming down here, we have lots and lots of charms. So these are not like in the containers how the other ones are, because these are all different charms that I might just have one of a kind. I know you see like a bunch of the dice there, but other than that, they're all totally random. So they're going to be like gold and silver charms in there. Then we have some red ones. I put a bunch of red hearts in there that I had found. But these are just totally random charms, and they're not really as organized as the other ones because I don't have multiples of them. We have some more boxes displayed here. This I use sometimes like wood planks. They're good to take pictures on top of. And then when you come down to here, this is pretty cool too, because these are actually kind of like broken pieces. The drawer's probably going to fall open. But they're broken because they're missing stones. They need to be repaired. I haven't really gotten around to doing anything with them yet, or they might just be kind of like brass stampings. So this is just kind of a random drawer of stuff like that, and I didn't really know what to do with them, so they will live in that home now. Now we'll go to my favorite section of my shop, which is going to be these trays, and I will also show you some of these actually first. I totally forgot to show you these. I haven't gone through all of these trays of charms because we have so many of them, but these are handmade charms. Now I made these, and they have Swarovski crystals on them. So these are really, really cool, and they're all different. So that paper that I had shown you before, I glued down the image on top of the paper, and then I put the crystals around here. So we have all different ones. I even have ones where I have little flowers on them, and they're really cool because you can attach them to a necklace. You can attach them to a purse chain, a keychain. They might be too big for a bracelet. I do have some smaller ones, but I think that they probably would be too big for a bracelet. So that's this here. Look how cool they are. Try and get a little bit closer without losing the focus. Look at that angel baby. She's very happy in the corner. I actually have another tray of them here. Not a full tray, but they are mixed with the they're mixed with the lockets. And I actually do have some of them that will be listed on the website relaunch coming up. So let me get into these charms here and show you guys them, okay? So we're going to be sitting on the floor for this one because I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. So I'm not going to go through every single tray, but I will grab maybe like a stack of them. Let's see what we have in this stack. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So one thing that I like to do is I love to go sourcing for charms. Now, whether it is, I don't know, flea markets, yard sales, anything that you can think of it where you can find vintage charms. I love sourcing for vintage charms. So I have them all organized into trays. Whether it's like miscellaneous style. I think these are the miscellaneous ones here because I couldn't really put like a name on it of what I wanted to name the tray. I have celestial ones. I have animals. I have, here's another animal tray. We have heart charms. And then Yeah, we can go through these ones. So yeah, like I said, I source these from either yard sales, flea markets, thrift stores, wherever you can find charms, or maybe you might find like a necklace, a vintage necklace, and take it apart and take the charms off of it. I love doing that, especially because most of the time you're gonna find charms like this, and they're gonna be one-of-a-kind charms. They're not gonna be charms like you're buying wholesale. Now, it will take longer, obviously, to source charms like this, but I just like it because, like on my necklace here that I'm wearing, let me show you. Let's try and get a little bit closer. But you see the snail charm, the butterfly charm, the duck charm, the flower. This sardine is not one of those ones. I think that one is from Hobby Lobby. This crystal charm, this heart charm here with the flower inside of it. So all of those besides the sardines, those are all one-of-a-kind charms that I thrifted, and I made a necklace out of them because all of those charms are special to me. They mean something to me, and they just remind me of something. So I just love making pieces like that. And on the relaunch of the website, we are going to be doing a section on our website. So we have the charm builder where you guys can build your own pieces, and then we also do have vintage, like one of a kind, so it's called one of a kind, and then we also have signature pieces. So the one of a kind pieces, I'm actually going to show you guys some of those pieces. Those are pieces that I created through these charms that were either thrifted, and they're just really cool because they're unique, they're one of a kind, and once they're gone, I won't be able to recreate them again. So, okay, I think the lighting is good here, but here's a sneak peek. Okay, so here are the charms, and let me show you some of these charms, like the heart charms, for example. So I just love this, even though they do take longer to find, they're just so unique, and a lot of them are vintage. Some of them are going to be modern, like this will be a modern charm, but a lot of the ones that I do find are vintage, which is very cool. Like, look at this. This looks like something that someone actually made. This one will be good for my sister, because you have the letter S there. Let's see if there's any more here that I want to kind of showcase. Like, look at that one. That's definitely more modern, but it's gorgeous, and it's so heavy. The next tray that we have here, these are more heart charms. Look at this one. I love this one. There are a few stones missing in the birds, but they can always be fixed. They can always be repaired. Precious Moments charm. This one here is my favorite on this tray with the heart. And then these are going to be animal charms. Look at this butterfly, guys. Come on. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous charm, and it's double-sided. You definitely can't beat that one. Another gorgeous butterfly charm. We have a hummingbird, two-tone, if you guys like hummingbirds. Look at this elephant. So I even thought this was cool. I mean, I'm not really big into like the glass charms, but that one there with the octopus inside of it. And then we have more animal charms inside of here. Now this is more modern, of course, but I just thought it was so cute. Some of these are definitely more modern in this tray. I definitely gravitate more towards the vintage ones when I'm purchasing them, but sometimes I do fall in love with the modern ones too. And then I did start a tray here for the celestial ones because I started finding some celestial charms. I thought this star was very, very cool. Big star charm. We have some letters on the side here. And then this is just kind of like miscellaneous charms. So when you look at the charms here, another thing that I also like to do is I like to turn things that aren't pendants into pendants. So you might find like a brooch. I always mispronounce that word. Or you might find an earring, or you might just find something that you want to turn into a charm that's not already a charm. I know that one is missing a little pearl, but you can glue a pearl into there. So this here was a brooch, and what you can do is you can glue a bail onto the back of it and you can turn it into a charm. This here, I believe, was an earring, and it looks like someone just took it and bent the pin of the earring and was trying to make it into a pendant. But like you see these ones here, these are earrings. So the back is just broken off of it, and you can turn it into a pendant, and all you need to do is glue a bail onto the back of it. So if anyone's interested in that, I can definitely show you that another time. But we have tons of miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is really just charms with stones, charms with crystals, charms with pearls. And I just think that these are also really cool. So we'll move on to something else, but I do have a lot of trays just like this. And I just think it's really cool to create your own pieces using items like this, because you can create something that's one of a kind that no one else is going to have. So let's move on to the finished piece. Okay, so this is one of our one-of-a-kind pieces, and this will be available at the launch of our website. So on our website, we do have the custom charm builder, but we also do have one-of-a-kind pieces, and we do have signature pieces. So the one-of-a-kind pieces will be made with the charms that I showed you guys in the trays there. So this is an example of one of the ones that is going to be available. And it's really cool. It has an hourglass charm, different seashells, a large sailboat there in the middle, and then there's also a reversible charm on the side here, and that one is double-sided, which is pretty cool. There is this one here, and it has a gorgeous butterfly charm in the middle with multicolor stones, and then surrounding on either side we have a fairy charm. We have hearts, we have flowers. That charm there says, "Because I love you." There's another little butterfly on the end, and then it has little tiny green gemstones. So I love creating these pieces with vintage and modern one-of-a-kind charms, because it's something unique that no one else is going to have. But if this is not your style, of course you can create your own charm necklace or bracelet, purse chain, keychain, and you can use the custom charm builder to lots of other pieces like that will be available at the launch. But I am giving sneak peeks of it on my social media. So on all of my social media channels, I will have sneak peeks of pieces that will be available on the website, and also of the charm builder as well. So I've been posting a bunch of videos of the charm builder and how it's available to use. And you guys can go to my social media. It's Enleira, and that is on every single channel: TikTok, Instagram, X, Pinterest, all of the channels. And you can see sneak peeks of the website and the new pieces that will be available at the launch of the website. And show you guys is the packaging. I wanted to show you our packaging because this is also very important. I think that this is something that you should see. So these are our boxes that I had shown you in the background before. These are our custom jewelry boxes, and they close here with a magnet closure. But they look really nice once you have your necklace inside of here. And also inside of here, we like to do handwritten cards. So I put a handwritten note inside of here. And then there's also going to be a care card, which shows you how to take care of your jewelry pieces. This gets wrapped up in a piece of tissue paper with a bow. And then these are our boxes. So these are our shipping boxes. It says create your story one charm at a time. And this is the smaller size. So if you order one jewelry piece, it will come like this. But I have larger boxes, which will fit like 4 boxes of this size. I like to call them the Enleira pizza boxes. We joke around that those are pizza boxes. So if you order more than one piece, you'll actually get it inside of the Enleira pizza box. Up to 4 pieces of jewelry, and then you'll get a whole other package, a whole other box. So, and then you get the Enleira tape on top of here. So I love our packaging. I want the experience of not only just ordering, but also getting your item in the mail to be super special as well. Behind me, where I was just doing my video, I have lots and lots of lights set up. I always like to have just kind of good lighting when I'm in here, when I'm recording my content. I don't always have all of these lights on at the same time. But if you guys have any questions about the lighting, I'm more than happy to share that with you. Most of the time I just use the standard ring light when I'm recording videos, but these panel lights are literally my favorite ever. And then we have the box lights too. There's 2 box lights there. So they're definitely very helpful, especially when it comes to recording content or when shooting videos and content for jewelry and product photos. I have pretty much just my work stuff set up here. So we have things that I use to make the jewelry. I have my favorite pliers here, which I can always go into that another time. And then on the other side here, this is where I like to shoot the photos that go on the website, and I like to package the orders. So this has been my office tour and a little bit about my business, a sneak peek into my business actually that most people don't normally get to see. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Right now we are still working on the website. So we're working on the relaunch of our website. Enleira.com was launched already, but we have redone the entire website, the entire charm builder, and I'm very excited to relaunch it and for you guys to see it and to use the new and improved charm builder. So that will be launched soon. But definitely keep up to date with us on social media, follow us, and you'll be able to see sneak peeks into what's going on, and you'll be able to follow on when it's going to be launched. You can go to Enleira.com and you could sign up there, and you can get a notification when the website is going to be live. And if you guys have any questions at all about anything that I showed you or anything about my business, please comment below. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm going to be posting videos every week, so I would love if you guys would subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.